A new article has recently been released claiming David Zaslav wants to restore the SnyderVerse. The original source is controversial, but it has been supported by a very trustworthy scooper. Hey everyone, welcome back to our movie news. Today we have to discuss this recent article about how David Zaslav apparently wants to restore the SnyderVerse. Now I was going to report on this news sooner, but for the past few days I've been losing my voice and it's only just come back. So if I sound a little bit different, that's why. But now let's get on with the video. Before we get into the main piece of news, we need to talk about the rumour that Greg Berlanti could be the new head of DC. Berlanti was responsible for the Arrowverse over on the CW channel. I personally loved the early Arrowverse shows, mainly The Flash, but it really went downhill over time. But if he could replicate or hopefully improve on the early Arrowverse quality for the DCEU, minus the cheesy dialogue, then I would be open to Berlanti being the new head of DC. But I think there are far better people for that role. Would you want Berlanti as the new head of DC, or do you think there are better people for the job? And if so, who? Let me know in the comments below. When that rumour was released, I was on vacation and wanted to watch the early Arrowverse shows to see how good they were, and fortunately enough for me, I was able to watch the Flash show on Netflix. Which I was surprised about, as I had never seen The Flash on Netflix until I realised that it still isn't available on Netflix UK, but it was for the country I was in. See, Netflix and many other streaming services have exclusives for different countries, but the problem was that once I returned to the UK, I couldn't watch The Flash on Netflix again. Which leads me to today's sponsor, Atlas VPN. Thanks to Atlas VPN, I am not limited by my location. Atlas VPN not only allows you to watch exclusive movies and shows from different countries, but also allows you to surf the internet safely and privately, blocking malware and trackers. You can have it on unlimited devices, and trust me, I've been using it and it is so easy to use and so worth it. You just flick a switch and your location changes and your devices are protected. Now I'm able to watch The Flash on Netflix and so many other shows and movies whenever I want to. All I have to do is use Atlas VPN and I can watch movies and TV shows from all around the world. My data is protected when I surf the internet, and because it's available on unlimited devices, my phone and computer can both be protected whilst I do research for my videos at no extra cost. So make sure to grab Atlas VPN for just $1.83 a month plus 3 months for free before the deal expires. There is a link in the description below. Now on with the SnyderVerse article. The big headline that got us fans really excited is from Screen Geek, but they don't reveal anything new. The article we want to focus on is from Geekosity that came out on August 9th, with the title Warner Bros. Discovery to use SnyderVerse timeline in DCEU. According to them, Zaslav is making the Snyder Cut canon and the DCEU will ignore Justice League. They also add that the signs are there, like Batfleck replacing Keaton in Aquaman 2 as it is being released before the Flash film, so audiences would be confused by Keaton appearing. According to Sil Abdul, the script for the Aquaman sequel wants a Batman, and Zaslav chose Affleck because he wanted to keep the timeline. The article goes on to say that Hamada's plans for the DCEU was to erase Batfleck and Henry Cavill's Superman, but Warner Bros. Discovery wants to reload and not reboot the DCEU. Sil Abdul added that Zaslav had 3 options. First, he could have followed Whedon's Justice League. Secondly, he had the opportunity to reboot everything with the Flashpoint timeline. Lastly, use the SnyderVerse timeline. More evidence that the SnyderVerse timeline will continue is in the Shazam Fury of the Gods trailer, where only Snyder Cut footage was used. I agree that the old Warner Bros. Regime would have never used Snyder Cut footage. In fact, they would have made it their mission to make it obvious that they used Justice League footage, but Warner Bros. Discovery are different. So when the Screen Geek titled their article David Zaslav reportedly wants to restore the SnyderVerse, it got everyone very excited. But when you find the original source, Geekosity is reporting that David Zaslav is making the Snyder Cut canon and is continuing with the SnyderVerse characters and actors, and Snyder himself will be the final piece to return. Now I know Geekosity are very controversial, but a scooper who is very reliable has retweeted the article, and that is Daniel RPK. The fact that he's retweeted the article gives this report a really strong case for being true, which is really exciting for us SnyderVerse fans. It means David Zaslav sees the SnyderVerse as a better alternative to what Walter Hamada wanted to do with the DCEU. It means that the 10-year plan DC Studios is working on will have at the bare minimum the SnyderVerse characters in them. By that, I don't just mean the characters that Snyder introduced first in his DC films, I also mean that Snyder's DC stories for those characters live on. It means that Man of Steel, Batman v Superman and the Snyder Cut are all a part of these characters' pasts and can influence their future. This is such a huge step in the right direction, not just because we are seeing our favourite versions of these characters again, but because we are seeing them again and that they are canon to the DCEU. It means Snyder can return again. The story arc he created for those characters live on. He can be a part of their future. This means so much more than just having the Justice League characters back. It means that the Snyderverse's past is canon to the 10-year DCEU plan, and it can be a part of the DCEU's future. I know that some will say that it wouldn't be the Snyderverse because it wasn't Snyder's original plan, but we were never going to get his original plan because we already knew what was going to happen. Snyder himself said that he had created new storyboards for Justice League 2 and 3. I think this is really good news as it allows Snyder to integrate new characters that weren't around when he was going to create the Justice League sequels. Imagine seeing Black Adam versus an anti-life controlled Superman in the nightmare future. That was never possible before, but now it is. The DCEU is heading in the right direction, and I have faith in David Zaslav and Alan Horn to make the right decisions. Everyone from the old regime is practically gone, with just Walter Hamada to go, who's leaving after the release of Black Adam, so we have 2 months left of the DC president. After that, they will all be gone and DC will be in good hands. This 10-year plan excites me so much. To finally see DC being organised is what every DC fan wants and deserves. If this news from Geekosity is true, at the bare minimum, we will see our favourite heroes again, with the focus being on quality, not quantity. We can expect to see high quality stories being told with these characters. No more random green lighting of DC projects. There will be an organised plan with high quality films. What more could DC fans ask for? But what do you think of this news? Do you think David Zaslav will continue with the Snyderverse timeline and make it the 10-year plan for the DCEU? Or do you think this article means nothing? Let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, right now Atlas VPN is running a huge discount. It means you can get a 3-year subscription for just $1.83 a month, plus 3 months for free, with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time is running out, so get your deal by clicking the link in the description below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I hope to see you here again soon, so until then, have a great day. Bye!